theme heralds radio's greatest variety show, Calling the Stars. The time is 2000 hours. The date, April the 25th, 1950. Anzac Day.
We are proud to announce that by courtesy of Colgate Palmolive Proprietary Limited, the makers of the world's finest toilet soaps, dental cream, and cosmetics, you are to hear throughout a nationwide network of commercial stations from Cairns to Perth, a special edition of Calling the Stars. Its title, The Spirit of Anzac. The Spirit of Anzac. 1914. 1914.
Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Turn the dark clouds inside out till the boys come home.
Yes, in 1914, Australia and New Zealand rallied to the colors. From all corners of the land they came, giants from Queensland, axemen from the Gippsland forests, from the vineyards of South Australia, from the orchards of Tasmania, from the back of Burke in New South Wales, across the desert from Perth, from the islands of New Zealand. From all points they came, and so they sailed away to Flanders Field, through the mud of France, the scorching desert of Egypt, into the jaws of death, to the bloodbath that was Anzac.
Nineteen 39. 1939. Again, the Spirit of Anzac.
Relax as you wave me goodbye, with a cheer, not a tear, make it gay. Give me a smile I can keep all the while in my heart while I'm away. Till we meet once again, you and I. Wish me luck as you wave me goodbye.
World War II saw the spirit of Anzac manifest again. Tobruk, Greece, Crete, Syria, El Alamein, Malaya, Burma, Kokoda, Buna, Sanananda, Sattleburg. In the air, on the seven seas, and in practically all corners of the earth, the spirit of Anzac shone as a beacon, symbolizing courage and sacrifice. Today, Australians the world over bow their heads in remembrance of the sons and daughters of this great country of ours, to those who paid the supreme sacrifice that we might live in happiness and peace. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. Anzac Day over the years has not only been a day of sorrow, but a day of reunion, when the men and women who carved their names in history as members of Australia's fighting battalions, as members of her Navy, her Air Force, her Merchant Navy and Women's Services, all meet again on common ground to pay homage and to celebrate the spirit of Anzac. The sponsors of the Palmolive Show dedicate this program to that spirit.
And what could be a more appropriate tribute to the forces than the Lester sisters singing The Army, the Navy, and the Air Force?
The Army, the Navy, and the Air Force have made Australia's name. Our soldiers and sailors and our airmen have always played the game. Steady and true and strong and ready to do or die or dare. The Army, the Navy, and the Air Force, when the call comes, they'll be there. When the call comes, they'll be there.
Our brilliant young Australian tenor, Paul Miskel, comes to the Palmolive microphone in this special Anzac Day program. He sings a song which thrilled the world over 30 years ago. The number tells its own story and is offered as a tribute to those heroic women who formed our nursing service. The Rose of No Man's Land. The narration is by Howard Craven.
As a rose that grows in no man's land, and it's wonderful to see. Though it's sprayed with tears, it will live for years in my garden of memory. It's the one red rose the soldier knows. It's the work of the master's hand. In the world's great curse stands a red cross nurse. She's the rose of no man's land.
1854, Crimea.
On October the 21st, 1854, Florence Nightingale left England with a staff of 38 nurses. On November the 4th, they reached Scutari in time to receive the wounded from Balaclava. Here began the story of Florence Nightingale, a story which became a legend throughout the English-speaking world. She gave herself body and soul to her work, standing for 20 hours at a stretch to see the wounded attended. She worked unceasingly in the field, in the operating theater, and at night, lamp in hand, she would make her solitary round of the wards, here and there offering a kindly word to the sick and the suffering. The lady with the lamp, Florence Nightingale. She indeed was the founder of the nursing service. In the century that has passed since then, hundreds of heroic women have given the same untiring service, have shown the same devotion to duty as Florence Nightingale, the woman whose name established a tradition.
October the 12th, 1915.
On this day, Nurse Edith Cavell faced a firing squad. she too made history.
May the 14th, 1943.
Off the Australian coast, the Centaur was torpedoed and sank. Of the 12 nurses on board, 11 perished. Another page in history was written. Through the century, these gallant women have inspired the world with their courage and heroism. They, too, symbolize the spirit of Anzac.
It's the one red rose, the soldier knows. It's the work of the master's hand. In the most great curse stands the red rose nurse. She's the rose of no man's land.
We continue the Palmolive Show with a medley of popular hits which were sung and whistled by the members of the services during the last war. Starting with Joan Wilson singing There's a Boy Coming Home on Leave.
There's a boy coming home on leave. There's a girl wants him home on leave. She'll meet him right at the station. And will she tell all the nation? There's a boy coming home on leave, and his heart won't be on his sleeve. She'll give him 10 days of heaven when he comes home on leave.
All the boys who are in the Middle East will remember this one. And here's one that was very popular with the boys on troop ships. The Lester sisters sing Bless 'em All.
Bless 'em all, bless 'em all, the long and the short and the tall. Bless all the sergeants and WO1s, bless all the corporals and their blinking sons, 'cause we're saying goodbye to them all, as back to their billets they crawl.
You'll get no promotion this side of the ocean.
So cheer up, my lads, bless 'em all.
Brian Lawrence sings Kiss Me Goodnight, Sergeant Major.
Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Tuck me in my little wooden bed. We all love you, Sergeant Major. When we hear you falling, shower leg. Don't forget to wake us in the morning and bring me up a nice hot cup of tea. Kiss me goodnight, Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major, be a mother to me.
And now to finish this medley, I would like to sing a song that was well known by the boys in the Navy, Bell-Bottom Trousers. Once there was a little girl who lived next to me, and she loved a sailor boy. He was only 3. Now he's on a battleship in his sailor suit. Just a great big sailor man, but he's just as cute. Bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. She loves her sailor and he loves her too. Bell-bottom trousers, coats of navy blue. She loves her sailor and he loves her too. Tonight, Colgate Palmolive present Roy Reen in a new guise. Without makeup and without script, he offers, in all sincerity, his tribute to the spirit of Anzac. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Roy Reen with Hal Ashwood in The Difference.
The scene is a park, and the time is not so very long after the war. A young man is sitting on the park bench, a well-dressed, almost foppish-looking young man. Towards him comes another man, one of the city's many down-and-outs. He hesitates for a moment, then makes up his mind and sits down beside the prosperous-looking stranger.
You'll excuse me, Mr. La-di-da, if I sit next to you. No, I shan't contaminate you with me clothes. Well, I'm very well particular just what I says and do. And I don't belong to society, Lord knows. But my word, you are a top. Morning suit and all complete. I wonder what it's like to be an aunt, to do just what you want to do, and eat just what you like, and to keep a blinking flunky on the strut. To see those lovely belly girls, what dance in those reviews, to take 'em out to supper and to dine. Why, look, if I could only live like that, I'd never get the blues. I'd think it mighty good to be alive. Oh, you needn't get the wind up. I'm as harmless as a cat. And you and me ain't going to have a row. But I just felt kind of lonely. I thought I'd like to have a chat. I thought I'd like to speak to you somehow. But it's very plain to see that you're a merchant of the swank. You're dressed if you look like Lord de Vere. But there's something about your governor. It tells me you ain't a swank. It's something that I think they call sincere. But perhaps I'm a bit too saucy, and I shouldn't speak to you. It might have sort of bring you to disgrace. But in that little battle, we had a Dunkirk across the sea, and British hell burst in me ugly face. Mind you, I weren't no beauty until they messed me mug. But you and me, well, we don't hardly seem to pair. So I'm sorry that I spoke to you. And I'd better clear away before some nosy Parkers start to stare.
I say, old chappie, don't go yet, for I'm feeling lonely too. So never mind the nosy Parkers here. I fancy that I heard you say that you were feeling blue. Well, I'm not exactly bubbling with good cheer. My chauffeur will be shortly here to take me for a drive. Then I motor to my club, and there I dine. And then perhaps the opera to hear my favorite star, and after that, a glass or two of wine. But, my dear chap, you won't believe I'm feeling out of date, and really can't join in with all the rest. And though to all appearances it must seem really great, I assure you, you enjoy yourself the best. You tell me of the beachhead scrap at Dunkirk you were in, and where you left your pretty looks behind. I too was in that scrap, a most extraordinary thing. You see, my friend, you're better off. I'm blind.
I'm sorry. I never knew. I can see now that we both have our troubles. But I'm better off than you are, old pal, because my troubles are just ordinary workday troubles. But everything's been different since I came back from over there. You see, nobody seems to want me now. I can't get to the old job, I can't get to the new, I can't carry on like I used to do. I look around me and daily I see thousands and thousands of fellows a lot worse off than me. In Piccadilly, my friends pass me by. I'm absolutely stranded in the Strand. Oh, but I'll confess I was contented more or less when I was totally broke in no man's land.
One of the greatest amenities in the life of the serviceman was entertainment. The concert parties of both World Wars did a great job to help maintain the morale of the fighting forces. Colgate Palmolive Proprietary Limited, who with their radio unit were leaders in entertaining the troops, are proud to present tonight an artist who was a popular performer in the music halls of London during World War I, and a never-tiring entertainer in the Australian camps during World War II. Australia's #1 male impersonator, Miss Nellie Colley.
If a gray-haired lady says, "How's your father?" she will be Mademoiselle. If she smiles, says, "How's your father?" she will be Mademoiselle. If she says, "Parlez-vous?" "Tout sweet, tell me do. How is he after all these years?" If a gray-haired lady says, "How's your father?" she's Mademoiselle from Armitage. Again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, and I know the blue skies never will turn gray. Back again to Tipperary days, living on the days you all recall. They were good times, bad times, and you had times wouldn't have missed for anything at all. Pals you made in Tipperary days, billows, bad or snowy, not to mention Mademoiselle or Mademoiselles, I'll leave that to you. But I'll take a bet there's no digger yet hasn't kissed more than two. It's a long time to remember, but you'll find we're back in Tipperary days.
Nellie, would you just sing us a chorus of that good old timer, sung by the diggers in both wars, and I'll guarantee will be sung by all diggers' reunions throughout Australia tonight. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag.
Why, Jack, I'd love to.
Good girl.
Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, 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 while you've a Lucifer to light your peg. Smile, boys, that's the style. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. So pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
Roy, where are you? Oh, there you are. Roy, come here. I'd like you just to sing this chorus with me. I want you to sing this song with me.
That's a very lovely compliment, Nellie, to a man of my pizzicato. Can I have the voice? Audible! Yeah. Lasso! Yeah. Come on, young Harry. Now, infect everybody. What do all in, eh, Nellie?
That's a good idea, Roy. All together. Now then, everybody.
Pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and smile, 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 while you and Lucifer to light your peg. Smile, boys, that's the style. Come on. What's the use of worrying? It never was worthwhile. Pack up your troubles in your own kit bag and smile, smile,
And so the curtain falls on tonight's special edition of the Palmolive Show. This special Anzac Day presentation was made possible by Colgate Palmolive Proprietary Limited as a dedication to the spirit of Anzac. This is Jack Burgess saying goodnight to you on behalf of the stars in tonight's show and reminding you to be listening again next week, same time, same station, for another edition of Calling the Stars. The musical direction is by Dennis Collinson, and Calling the Stars is produced by Rex Dorr.